Peru is a nation situated in the western side of South America. It has a diverse geography with a coast, highlands and jungle, dominated by the Andes, the birthplace of the Inca civilization. The Peruvian people are deeply religious, but Christianity, introduced by the Spanish conquerors, was influenced by the native religions, which created a symbiosis that has survived until today. The ministers of the church work constantly to deepen the faith of Peruvians, but the difficult geography and the small number of priests make this job very difficult. Peruvians need more priests. A very important means of preparation for the religious life in Peru is the Seminary, Our Mother of the Sacred Heart, built by the Congregation of the Missionaries of the Sacred Heart in 1983 as the highlight of their labor of more than 20 years in Peru. This seminary has inherited the missionary vocation of Father Julio Chevalier, the French founder of that congregation. The spirituality is based on announcing the merciful love of God toward the confused, the ones who have grown apart from the faith, the sinners, the abandoned, the poor, and those most needy. The seminary is the cradle for these future men of the church and priests, and whose commitment with God and the people is urgently needed in Peru. The young Peruvian who feels the call of the Lord and wants to join the congregation of the Missionaries of the Sacred Heart will go through a period of adaptation to the life in the seminary called candidate. This takes place in the northern city of Trujillo, in the quarters of the parish of San Pablo. During a whole year, the young candidates will receive basic instruction about their religious life. They are helped in understanding their motivations and try out, in that time, their ability to live in a community. In this way, they can evaluate the depth of their desire to enter the seminary. After this period of time, the young will request to enter the seminary, which is in the district of San Miguel in Lima. Here, they start a period of formation to learn to integrate as members of the congregation. This process of formation has been divided into three simple stages. The first one is a stage of drawing near or approaching. The second stage is of personal development within the seminary. The third stage includes pastoral experience outside the seminary, working in the different parishes of our order. In the seminary, 5 dimensions are included in all this process. The spiritual life, because the holy life is a radical following of Jesus Christ within the church. The missionary of the Sacred Heart is a man of God at the service of man. The spiritual maturity, because the future priest has to learn to live according to the spirit of the congregation. That is, a spirit of love and kindness, of humility and simplicity. It is, above all, a spirit of love and justice and caring for all, especially for the poor. In the seminary, these aspects are stressed, which also includes physical, artistic, and musical training. community life, because to be at the service of Christ and God's people demands of the people involved in pastoral work to learn to work together and as a team. The theological instruction is an essential element in their religious and priestly life. The deep and wide theological studies will help the seminarists to announce the Christian faith with responsibility and truthfulness. And last, the pastoral training, which will prepare these future priests for the proclamation of the Word of God, the celebration of the liturgy, and the service to our neighbor, especially those more in need.
Dado que el ser es una palabra existencial que nos inclina a la vida,
The training of a seminarist is a long and costly process. The seminary is maintained by the economical support of people of goodwill, 85% of which comes from abroad. This support has dwindled considerably. The possibility of support from the families of the student is very limited. Some of the help comes from activities organized like pro-seminar at all the parishes of the congregation during all the year. Unfortunately, it is not enough and we cannot cover expenses. The seminary has debts, does not have the adequate maintenance, the library is in need of renovation, the gym needs fixing, just to enumerate some of the needs. Your voluntary donation can change this reality. Peru needs more priests, and the seminary could prepare many young men with the vocation and the spirit of service. We ask for your help as a service to the Lord and to the community of the Peruvian Church.